Hey y'all, it's Christy Cook from Teadoddles. It's time for episode, I think it's 11, could be 12, but I'll have it right in the title below of Teadoddles Talks. I'm recording this kind of later on a Saturday. It's 12:30 almost. Yeah, I had decided yesterday that I'd rather record on Saturday morning because I'd be fresher, and then I got a late start because I was piddling around and getting stuff ready, and just it'll be okay because this one's probably going to be shorter than usual, whereas last time was longer than usual because I don't have a huge amount to share with y'all today. But before that, let's do the little intro that I should do every time and I forget about. If you're looking for me on, I'd like to welcome all new subscribers and returning subscribers. Glad to have y'all here, listening to me talk about my crafty doings. If you're looking for me on social media, just look for Teadoddles. You'll find me if I'm there. Under Teadoddles on anything I'm on, as far as I can remember. I'm on Instagram, Ravelry, YouTube, of course. I have a blog, I have an Etsy shop. What else? Facebook. I think there's something else. Or Twitter. I'm on all of those. Pinterest, where you collect all your ideas for later. Now, when I first discovered Pinterest, it was probably a bad thing. Because I used to cut magazine pictures out, or things out of magazines, or whatever I found, and glue them in scrapbook type things for later. Well, Pinterest made it so much easier to just collect all those things. Virtually. But, anywho, I'm drinking some coffee right now out of my Be Yourself mug, which is always important. It's just some dark roast coffee with some heavy cream in it, which is delicious to me. If it's good coffee, I can go with some cream over sugar, and I'm good. But, so, it's been a busy week, but a productive week. I have, let's see, Monday and Tuesday, well, that was New Year's Eve and day, which is, we're in the 2019, so this is my first podcast of 2019. Yay! I have, let's say, Monday and Tuesday. Well, most of this week, except for Wednesday, I've been cleaning out and sorting and trying to get things back straight in my craft room, because it was a straight up mess from the holiday making madness. It's looking quite a bit better. Feels fresh and renewed, and like new creative energy is in here. That may sound a little weird, but that's how I feel. Let's see, on Wednesday we took my father and I took my son back to college. He had to move into a new apartment because the school did away with student housing at the end of last year, which is why he came home for 3 weeks, to avoid paying rent in 2 different places in 1 month. He is in Midtown Atlanta now versus the Dunwoody area, which is above the main portion of Atlanta, which cut an hour off our travel time, which that's nice. But he will have to take the MARTA and stuff to school because his school is up in that area that he moved from. The apartment he moved to is it's 12 stories. He is on the 9th floor. I was so happy that they have an elevator that was working, because they have two and one was not working. And I was so happy that my father brought a hand truck, which is just a little metal thing with a lip on the end and big wheels, so you can roll it this way or up for moving furniture and stuff. So we made it up there in 2 trips. It's actually easier than moving him in and out of his last apartment, which was a basement apartment and only had stairs. It did not have an elevator because they were set up more like townhouses, versus this is just one building. I really feel good about the place. The manager, she gave me her number to call if there was problems or anything like that. Everybody seemed really nice and helpful, so I think he's going to enjoy it there. He has a bigger room, actually, and a private bath, so, and the rent's cheaper. I mean, yeah. It did have furniture, well, just a basic twin-size bed, a little shelf. Came with a mini fridge that also has a freezer and a microwave. And a desk with a chair. So it has 2 closets in there, actually. They're not huge closets, but there's 2 just with the sliding door closets. In the bathroom, he said that the shower was very tiny. He could hardly turn around in it, but it's a private bath. So his room is, like I said, bigger than his last bedroom, which he had to share with someone else. So he's got his own little private space. So that's nice. He's still getting used to it. It's different because he hasn't ever rode the MARTA yet, so that's going to be a new experience for him. But I think he'll be fine once he does it once or twice. It's not too bad. It's just different. He keeps sending me pictures out his window because he has a great view. The hospital is right behind that building, which is good if he has an emergency. But it's shorter than the level he's on, so he can see out over the city. It's really nice. So I think it's going to be great. That was a very tiring day, though. It rained a little bit off and on. Luckily, it didn't rain when we were moving him in, so that was good. But it was just a long day, very long day. But we got him moved up there. I think he's going to be great. He starts class Monday, so yeah, it'll be good. I just realized that light that keeps glaring on me is from my computer. That makes a difference, doesn't it? Oh, it does. I had it open so I could, let's see if I turn it away from me. There we go. I can remember some stuff to tell y'all. But yeah, and then the rest of this week I have been busy cleaning. If you follow me on Instagram, or if you're in my Teadoddles Makers group, you got to see a picture of my yarn valley I created while I took all my yarn out of every little hidey hole and went through everything. I made a list of all the yarn I'm keeping, so I put it into Excel so I could sort it by weight or brand or fiber, put the care instructions on there, all that stuff. It's just easier for me to keep it in an Excel file so I can make it easier for me to find, do I have this yarn? How much of this yarn do I have if I want to make a pattern? So I'll talk more about that in my yarny goodness. But if you haven't joined my Teadoddles Makers group, you really should join in the fun. I did a little video in there and did a little tour of my craft space which was quite messy at the time. I'll be doing another one next week to show the cleaner version, because that is the challenge for this month. It is to clean our maker spaces, so we can tackle some of those UFOs, which means unfinished objects for those who don't know. Yeah, so people have been sharing their little maker spaces. People, I mean, it's open to anybody, no matter what you make. So you should join in the fun, even if you just have a little space for your maker things. Keeping it organized makes all the difference when you get ready to make things. When I come in here and my room's a mess, I have to tidy it before I get to make, and then sometimes I'm tired and I don't feel like making. So when it stays clean, when I come in here and get inspired, I can just make, and that's always nice. So, and there are prizes. Once a month I'll be drawing if you participate by just sharing your pictures, talking about your makerspace, then you're entered into the giveaway, which is just a $20 Amazon gift card. I decided to do that in there because I can send that to anybody, just about. If there's some issue with a reason you can't get Amazon, we'll work it out. But and you can use it towards helping finish some of your UFOs or tidy in your makerspace. So definitely go check that out. The links will be down below. Okay, what else do I have in admin? I made me a list again because that seems to keep me on track a little better. I will be announcing the last winner here in a moment for my December giveaways. I will have some other giveaways throughout the year, probably one a month, something like that, but I'm not going to say when it's going to be. Just have to watch and see when it happens, and it will be related to in my YouTube. I'm still destashing, so it will be related to those kind of things. I do have quite a bit of yarn in a box that is designated for giveaways or donate, so that will be there. I have some fabric as well, so just keep watching and find out when that is. So before I announce the winner of this past week's giveaway, I have a couple other things I want to go over. I have some tutorials coming up. I know I haven't done any in the past couple of weeks. It's been busy with the holidays and things like that, but this Tuesday I have one I'm going to do about sewing around curves. I had someone talk about when I showed my little maker pouches, my Take a Notion pouches, about me sewing the zipper around the curve. So I'm going to do a little tutorial video about that. It's not as hard as you may think it is. Some people just think it's hard to go around curves. You just have to go about doing it in the right way to get it to work. That's all there is to it. I do have some tutorials on the blog already where I did make a cushion cover for my thinking chair. I did put a zipper in the back of that went around the corner, a big long one. I also put piping around the edge, and it was a T-shaped cushion. So there's piping all the way around the edge. So that's similar to what you have to do to put a zipper in. So that is already on the blog, but I will do a video that's coming up. I don't know. I thought I had something else I had intended on coming up, but if you have anything you see me doing or on my blog or whatever you might want to see a tutorial for, just let me know. I'll see what I can do for a video for that. I like to share my creative knowledge with people because I still believe that I am learning, always learning. It's important. Let's see, what else? I want to talk a little bit about affiliates on the blog. Talked about Craftsy last time, which just got email this week that they are changing to Blueprint, which we should have seen that coming, right? So they are still continuing to make changes. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to keep them as an affiliate. I really don't like the way they handled the whole pattern thing. Oh, because first of all, they just close shops with very little notice. That's what bothered me. If you had to do that, okay, give people more notice and don't do it right at Christmas time. That's stinky. Plus, the people who shops that they kept, I know there's some people who said they had over 400 patterns in there and they kept 3. So that's still, that's not cool to do that to the people you're supposedly promoting and helping the creators. Yeah, I didn't like that. So I'm waiting to see what actually happens when they change the blueprint, which is on the 8th of January. I'll probably give them to the end of the month to see where they're going with that before I decide if I'm going to keep them as an affiliate, because I didn't like the way they handled that. But everybody's allowed mistakes. So we're going to see how they go forward with this before I decide. So I do have lots of affiliates on the blog. I have a page on my blog that talks about all the affiliates, which I really need to update. But one of my affiliates that I had been thinking about maybe not working with, only because it's sense of style and it's clothing and jewelry and things like that, and I became their affiliate. They were one of my first affiliates when I first started my blog, and I used to do kind of sponsored posts with them. They would send me a product and I would write a post about it. But then they got bigger, so you had to put your name in a lot to be drawn. And I just decided not to do that because I'm not a fashion blog. I'm not a fashion blog, obviously. But I do still like the company. So I decided I would keep them because I just do like the company. And that's where I got this shirt from, as a matter of fact. This one that says, "Life is tough, but so are you." I did a whole blog post about that. I'll put a link in my show notes. And I've had this t-shirt for 2 years. Yeah, because I got it when I first started my blog. So, and I've washed it a bunch. Their t-shirts are nice. I'm just going to say. They can be a little pricey for a t-shirt, but the quality is there, should I say. Because sometimes you see t-shirts for $20 or better. They have a print on them, but then the first time you wash it, the print starts peeling and coming off, or it shrinks really bad. These don't shrink. They are longer, which is great for me because I have a long torso. They're very soft. They're not that stiff kind of fabric. And they wear and wash very well. No fading, no peeling. As you can see, there is well, it looks like I don't know if y'all can see that. It looks like there's little pieces missing, but that's how it was made to begin with. It was made to look like this big tough, like kind of aged, if you want to say. So it hasn't peeled other than that. That's the way that was made. So, yeah, I highly recommend them. And they've got some sales going on. I'm going to put those right below so y'all can check them out. And they did not pay me to say this. I have to say that on YouTube. They are an affiliate on the blog, which means I get a percentage if you buy something, but only if you buy something through my links. Other than that, it's just free advertising for them, basically. But I do like the company. So that's the only reason I'm talking about them. Let's see. They have there's 3 different codes. I'll put them down below, but one involves their January must-haves that are through the 31st of this month. That code's good. It's 40% off. I guess ruffles are a big thing this year. They got sweatshirts with ruffles on here and like ruffled here. And they do carry larger sizes. They just don't carry them in everything. I wish they did carry it in everything that they sold, but they don't. But they do go up a pretty good bit in sizing for a lot of their things. So, the other one is for blanket scarves, which I love their blanket scarves. This one's only good until midnight of the 7th. Today's the 5th. You get 2 for $17, y'all. That's awesome. That's like $8.50 a piece. And I have 2 already. One I got for a post I did a long time ago, and the other one I bought because I just like them. But this is one. This is a solid colored one. This is folded in half, so you can see it's really big. They're very soft. They're not super thick, which makes them excellent for draping and stuff. There we go. Just gonna cover me up so you can see. These are really nice and big. It's 26 by 76, and for $8.50, y'all, that's good. Maybe I should have a bright yellow backdrop from now on. Maybe that'll be my thumbnail. So that's my solid one. And then this is the one I got when I did a blog post about 2 years ago. And I've had it since then. And I really love the colors in this one. They have plaids covering up my face, but nobody wants to see me. They want to see the plaid scarf. And again, this is folded in half. Here's the other side. Yeah, these are awesome. And 2 for $17. You can't beat that. And they always have free shipping, so you don't have to worry about shipping. Well, in the United States. I don't know if they ship to other countries, so I don't know about that. But they have free shipping. They always have. So, and then they have one other one. Well, that genuine must-haves. They also have an Adirondack jacket, which is really cool looking. I think it's going to be right at $30 with 40% off. So it's really nice. And then they have one more that ends on the 7th. They got a bunch of embroidered shirts, kind of boho feeling shirts. This 40% off. So I'll put all those codes right under here instead of just in my show notes in case you want to check them out. So I think I'll probably talk about one of my affiliates every week. Just whatever they got going on. But that's the one I'm talking about today because I like them. And all those DIY and Maker's Gonna Make t-shirts, I got those from Sense of Style as well. I always have all kinds of shirts with different kinds of sayings on them and stuff. They got a bunch of sweatshirts now about it is freaking cold and just stuff like that on them. So I will put all those links down below. Moving on. I think that was all my admin. So it's time to pick a winner. I haven't actually picked them yet. Let's see. I'm going to though. I'm gonna pick somebody. Let's see. Start it. I'm gonna have to kick some people out because there are several people who answered my question but did not want the prize, which is fine. Oh, it actually picked somebody who wanted to win the prize. Awesome. So the winner is Shelly Bucci or Buki. I'm sorry, it's B-U-C-C-I. Not sure how to pronounce that. But Shelly B, you are the winner of this week's prize. Yay! And as a reminder, this is I've put stuff in a container over here. Get all this scrapbooky stuff. This little set of stuff. It had a scrapbook with papers in it, a bunch of wordy stickers, some Valentine set, and this little set of brads, flower brads. There we go. That is what she won. I'm popping in here because I realized when I watched this video back that not only did I forget to read the winner's comment, but I forgot to add in my extra that I always add in with the prizes. So, her comment is, my goal is to learn to sew, relearn knitting, and learn more crocheting skills. Have a wonderful, blessed day. Thank you for that, Shelley. I appreciate that. I hope you have a blessed day as well. Sounds like you have some great goals for 2019. And this will be the extra goodie coming in your prize. These are more Brad's. There we go. They are to match the Valentine's card making set. There's some hearts in there, and pink and white and red and silver Brad's. There we go. I think there might be some words on some of those. Not okay, maybe not. But that is the extra that's coming with your prize. I'm sorry about that. So I had to pop this in here. All right, back to the regular program. Shelley, if you will email me at this email address, if you will email me your address to this email address, I don't know why I can't ever say that right, I will ship this out as soon as possible. I did already ship out the last winner. She happened to live in my state. So I need to check that. If you haven't received that yet, please let me know. I can't remember the name of the person I'm sorry. No, it was Renee. That's right. It was Renee Crump. She won last week. She didn't live in my state. That was the one before. I don't know what the heck I'm talking about. Anyway, that is the winner. That's the last one for December. So, as I said, I will have more giveaways. Let's turn this away. It's making weird things happen to my face. We don't need all that. I just have to keep watching to see when it happens and see what it is. I already have planned what I want to do for the first one, but it's gonna be a surprise, so you have to wait and see. Anything else? Oh, I wanted to say, when I showed my roses last week, someone asked where I lived at because I have roses. I've never said that, but you know, it doesn't bother me. If you follow me anywhere else, I talk about it all the time. I live in a little town called Cordele in Georgia, United States. In case you couldn't tell by my accent, I am from very south of Georgia. It's a very small town. And this is where I've lived pretty much all my life. Yeah, there's been some very brief interlude. Well, where I was born, I was 5 months old when we left there. It was still in Georgia, so I don't remember that at all. And then when I first moved in with my husband, we lived in Albany for maybe 6 months before moving back here. So this is where I've been my whole life. Just about, except maybe a total of a year if you add those two together. Not quite a year. 11 months. And that's mostly because I'm a homebody. I like to be able to where my family is. I haven't ever had a desire to move away very much. My son has, obviously, but not me. Just not something I wanted to do. So I've always lived here. So that's enough about me and all this business, I think. Time for Yarny goodness. Do you like my little eye wiggle there? Yeah. So, as I said, it was nice to go through all my yarns and revisit some things. Got it reorganized, got it looking better, got a log of all my yarns. As I said, I put that in Excel and I just let's see, I have it over here. Get ready for the funky glow on my face. What did I do? Get back over here. I did brand type because, you know, different brands have different types of yarns. Color, I did a thing for the amount, like how many skeins I have. Weight, which is the weight of the yarn, a 6, a 5, a 4. Content and what it's made out of. How many ounces / grams it has, how many yards / meters. So when I talk about it, I can look at my list, hopefully, if I can't find the little tag. So, and I also listed what hook and needle size it recommends. So, and then I have a section for care, so I could remember that. So, yeah, I was excited to get that all organized because it can make it easier when I'm looking for. Sometimes I'm looking at a pattern, I'm like, do I have the yarn for this? And I go digging around, and then I have to look at the labels because I can't remember what weight it is, how many yards it is. This will make it much easier to figure that out. I also made good progress on this is my crochet. It's not a planner. It was a planner, but I turned it into a crochet notebook because I have several of them. I have one for sewing. I have my actual planner, which is a bigger one, and then I have one for DIY projects. I feel like I have another one for something. I don't know. I have them all separated out like that. But this little thing came from the crochet project planner I got from somebody. I don't remember who, but I'll put their name up here. It had a lot of good printables in it. Some of this I cut it out after I printed it and just stuck it in here instead of trying to fit it in my notebook. So it had different conversions and stuff, measurements, and I've just made notes started making notes of books I have, which some of the books I list in the other pages if they are only related to certain types of garments. These right here are about techniques. So, yeah, I listed all my hooks because I just copied her chart and put it on here. It was easier to fit in my book, and I noted what hooks I have. For some reason, I seem to have 7 H hooks or 5mm hooks. I don't know why. I have so many of those hooks, but you can see I have some gaps that need filling in. Some I only have one, and some I just have a lot. I don't know why I have so many of those hooks. It's weird. But, yeah. And I made some little pockets to tuck in little things on the front of the dividers. I've gone over, there we go. Because what I did is each section, this has had the monthly layout and then the weekly layout, which I'm not using it as a planner, so I just covered up all that stuff with stickers and paper. And then I made a list of all. So this section is accessories, and on my computer, my PDF files are divided like this, and I've just listed all the patterns I have, which I've got to go through and add some more, because I figured out when I started doing my sweater section, maybe I should put what yarn weight. So when I'm looking through this list, I can say, hey, this one will work for the yarn I have, right? And I'll put an X by the ones I've made. So there's not that many X's because I have so many patterns. This one's a pretty full section. And then I have one for Afghans and home decor. Amigurumi, baby and kids, clothes, which is divided into things like sweaters, tops, cardigans, vests, things like that. One for household, which I haven't filled in yet. And then I have some other sections. So my plan is So once you get past the front, the list, which I did in the month, I haven't put anything in here yet, but this is where I will lay out a project and put details about the projects I'm working on. And I plan on putting a little piece of yarn for what the yarn I used in there, so it'll become like a catalog of things I've done and just a reference book for me for my crochet. So I'm excited that is, I've got everything covered up in it, so I've just got to finish adding some things to it. So that is almost done. With that being said, I have several bags around me of whips that I've decided to keep and finish. So that is part of my UFO challenge. So I did manage to finish a couple of cowls or infinity scarves on my long ride to Atlanta. I wanted to work on my sweater or cardigan that I've been working on for the Love Your Stash challenge, but y'all, we had so much stuff crammed into my dad's truck and in the back that I just had room to sit in the back because my son was going to sit back there, but he has very long legs. He wears like a 34 length pant. So I was like, just sit in the front because I have shorter legs. I have a long torso and shorter legs. So I sat back there and crocheted. So it had to be a small project. These were supposed to go for Christmas, but I decided to use them as birthday presents throughout the year. And this still has a long tail on it because I haven't done it off. This is the one I was working on last time. These are all with the Autumn Infinity scarf from Yarn Blossom Boutique, and I'm using the Sprightly yarn that I got from Craftsy. I do love the yarn. So what had happened was this is what it's supposed to look like. It has about 5 repeats of 3 rows. So it looks kind of like that. There's a little ribbing. Of course, I'm missing a ribbing row because I realized since I did it, this is the one that I just did the length of and didn't do in the round, that I should have, instead of going in the back loop, I should have went in the front loop so that it would work out, because there's 3 row repeat and it's not even. But anyway, I still like the way it looks. But what I realized, I made the medium one. So there's a small, medium, and large, which basically is just how many stitches you crochet in the beginning. So I did the medium because of the yarn requirements. I only had 2 skeins of each of these colors. But what I discovered was that this is supposed to be able to wrap around twice. It was way too snug on my neck with that amount. So I'd already finished it and seamed up one end, and I didn't like the way the seam looked anyway. So what I did was add a panel. I had enough yarn to add this little panel, which I just went back and forth crocheting, single crochet in the back loop only. And I like the way it turned out. Of course, I got yarn ends hanging out still, because this can be, you can put it in the back, and it's a little stretchier because of, and this is much better, okay, because it's not slam up, choking. I found that it was so tight it was uncomfortable. So this is what you're supposed to do with it. And if you wanted to, you could, well, maybe you can see it. I don't know if you'd even be able to see that panel. I guess if you did it right, you could. You could see that panel if you wanted to. And I still like the way that looks. So, got to weave in the ends, and I will be adding this as a finished project for the Love Your Stash cowl, which is being put on by Hannah from the Cozy Cottage Crochet. Something else I'm working on is getting projects into Ravelry, which I never do. I have a few things in there. They're old and they've been in there forever. So I got that one finished, and then I did one more. So for this one, I didn't want to go for the large because I felt like I wouldn't have enough yarn. So I kind of went in the middle of the large and the medium stitch number count. So I got this, and I wound up, I do like the length of this. I did this one in the round, although I feel like I did something there. It's wider at the bottom, you can tell. Once I block it, or if I steam it, it'll probably be okay. But I was able to do all but the last row of, there's 5 repeats, so, because I ran out of yarn. So this one, I do like the way that it fits. It's nice and snuggly. So I've got, let's see, where's my bag? I'm using these yarn bags for project bags at the moment. Let's see, I have 1, 2, let me see. Yeah, 3 more to do. These are, well, you can see on there that these are 2 different colors. So what I'm going to do is just crochet the large length and only do 4 repeats, and I think that'll be perfect. So that's what I'll do for the rest of them, unless I find that doesn't work. So those are 2 finishes. I have to weave in the ends, and I made with the first set of yarn I had this color. I made, I don't remember, it was a cowl, a button cowl or something. So I thought about stitching this together and just making it a long cowl. I don't know yet if I want to put the buttons on it or how I want to do this. So this is what I did with the first set. But that's what this whole bag is for. All those, and those will be, I do have some birthdays for this month already. So those will be going for birthday presents. Getting a head start on the year. Isn't that awesome? Alright, now, I'm going to talk about all this other stuff I got around me. My yarny goodness is going to be longer this time. This may be longer than I thought it was going to be, but it's fine. I don't have much, really anything to talk about in fabric or DIY. Haven't had time to sew, and my sewing table has been covered with stuff as I cleaned out my craft room. But this was a finish for the year. This is a Jimmy Beans wool crochet project, which I have signed up again for this year. I just need to block this. So that is on my list to be blocked, and then I will be able to wear it finally. Let's see. This I showed y'all. It was an Afghan crochet along I started years ago, I think 2016. It may have been 15. Ooh. Then I did, and I didn't. That's how far I got. And I am going to turn it into a wrap. Instead of finishing it, I just got to do some kind of border on it. So that is all I'm going to do on that one, and I'll be done with it. But then I do have a lot of this yarn in these colors that I will figure out where I want to put them, because I do like the colors together. It's just pretty, that blue. This is Red Heart with Love and Peacock and Tan. So that is something that should be a quick finish. And I wanted to say that pattern came from Beatrice Ryan Designs. She is about to start another mystery Afghan crochet along if you're interested. I'm trying to stay away from them so I can finish some other stuff, but they're always usually pretty nice. And this one starts, she's already put out the supply list today. It starts on the 19th of this month, and it runs through April 16th, and it's a weekly. She gives you, usually her Afghans are row by row, but I think she has done some circular ones. So if you want to, you can check that out. that will be in the show notes. Let's see, what else I got? Lots of bags over here, y'all. Alright, this bag here has bags within bags. But these are my 2 Jimmy Bean crochet alongs that I need to finish. The first one, well, this is the cowl with all the canoe, sugar bush canoe yarn. I have all of that in here to finish. So that should be an easy one to finish. I have, this is the very first one I got. This is the one where we made a bazillion little tiny circles in this little tiny yarn. It's very soft though. I have to connect all these circles and then I'll be done with that. So that's what's in there. My trouble right now, even though I've got things pretty straight in my craft room, is finding a place to store all these big old whip bags. Because I can only keep so many beside my bed. It's ridiculous. So that is something to be finished. This has been sitting around for so long because I do not like crocheting with this yarn. And I almost put it in the giveaway pile, but I said I'm going to finish it. It's a crochet hook organizer, right? Which, and this is the other side of it. I really love the pattern of it, but this is the Lion Brand 24/7 cotton, and it's like mercerized, which is what makes it so shiny. It makes a nice fabric. It is soft, actually. It doesn't have that much drape. It's very stiff. You see, it stands up by itself. I don't like crocheting with it because it makes my hands hurt, even with my little padded hook. So I will finish this, but this will be something that goes in my giveaway because I have some other balls in there already that are caked up. So whatever's left, that will be going in there. I just don't like working with the yarn. I actually got all that yarn because I ordered a kit from Lion Brand to make a poncho, and then I didn't make the poncho. I decided to use it for other stuff. So I made a pillow cover, which I'll have to show that next time, I guess, because it's way in the other room. So that is something I'm just going to finish up. And speaking of crochet hook holders, I actually plan on sewing up some for the shop. But my question is, since I don't have anything else to show in Fabric Obsessed, I probably won't segment this as much. What kind of closure would you like to see on one? Because I'm thinking of doing a foldable one. I thought a magnetic snap would be nice, because then you can just snap it. But would it come open too easy? I don't know. Snaps or a tie, Velcro. I don't really like Velcro because Velcro does hold good though, but sometimes it's a pain in the butt to get apart. So that's my question today. What kind of closure would you like to see on a crochet hook organizer? Which I plan on putting pockets for like stitch markers and a measuring tape and some little scissors. So, because I'd like to have some of those myself to put in all my project bags. So that is a question I'd like you to answer, because some people don't watch the fabric part because they just want to see the yarn part. So I'm gonna ask it here. All right, let's keep moving. All right, this is something that I'm gonna finish. That is kind of sewing and crochet. I like to combine the two, but I have all these. There's a red one. See, okay, these are the 3 colors I have. Basically this kind of red, white, and blue with some gray thrown in there. I did make this all out of Super Saver. These are Afghan squares. They're all different. I have blocked all of these. That's just a basic one, but they all have something different going on. And they were from a Moogly crochet along a long time ago. Ooh, what happened to that? It's all... Anyway, I do not want to crochet or sew with by hand all these squares together because there's a lot. So my plan is I've cut these strips of this fabric right here. I'm going to sew it between the squares. It'll also give me a slightly bigger blanket. So what I'll do is lay it on there backwards, fold it over, and then stitch again to cover up that raw edge. I will be putting a backing on this as well, some kind of fleece backing, because there's some that are really lacy and see-through. So whatever it is, you have to be able to be okay to see the front and the back. So yeah, that is another whip to be finished. Woo! How many do I have? Already did that one. Alright, this is not even a whip, but I put it in a bag, so this is all my yarn to crochet that plaid blanket. I went ahead and put it in here, so I don't use it for anything else. I showed a pattern for him last week I got from Mary Maxim. This is one of my Mega Maker bags. This was my prototype one. There's only one for sale in the shop, but I want to make more. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, my little tag. It was too close to the... Anyway. This is my wrap that I'm making with my blended yarns. This has got silk mohair and Lion Brand Heartland. They're both from Lion Brand. I've got to wind another ball, which I'll probably do later today. That is that whip. And then this also has my little, which has, ooh, it's very, I'm sitting beside my thinking chair and getting little crumbs on it, but this is a little pouch I made. I think this pattern came from the Moogly blog. Yeah, it's got some of my darning needles and stuff in it. It does have a little pouch, but I'm finding that the crocheted pouches, depending on what you make them out of, they really don't, you got heavy things in them, they just don't hold things that well to me. But this one I haven't showed in a long time. This is my circle afghan. This is a freeform kind of crochet that I've been doing. That's the back of it, actually. There we go. Yeah. Where I've been crocheting over the top of a fatter yarn with a thinner yarn, basically. So I want to work on that some more. It just kind of got tucked away and I didn't get to work on it. But it's in this little tote my mom got me from Craftsy. It's a pretty nice tote. It's got lots of zippers and pockets and stuff. Alright. Nope, that's not all my whips. I got bags on this side too, y'all. Ooh, I lied about this being shorter. It's not going to be shorter. Oh, this one is not a whip, but it will be. This is my flake cotton that I'm planning on making that cardigan from One Dog Wolf in. This bag, y'all, my son got Christmas presents for my husband and I, my parents, my husband's parents, and his granny. And if he could order it from Amazon and have it put in gift wrap, that's what he did, so he didn't have to wrap it. But this is one of those bags that I saved so I could use it as a whip bag. My other whip over here, I'm not going to pick it up because it's my Moorland Afghan, which I'm going to finish for the end of this month. I'm going to say that right here because this needs to be done. It needs to be done. Alright, and finally I have the progress on my cardigan for the Love Your Stash Cow. This is another one. So I have made just have the sleeves and the collar to do. And I was hoping to work on that when I traveled to Atlanta, but I didn't get to do that. So let's see. I'll move my chair back so y'all can see. Alright, this is a slouchy kind of cardigan. So what I'm noticing, although I do have this on up under here, it's still, I wouldn't be able to button it. It would be like, I could button it because it stretches, but I probably wouldn't anyway. But it is hitting me okay. It's coming right at my hip, so it did work out okay. It's very soft and snuggly. So I still have to crochet the sleeves. I guess this is a dropped sleeve because normally in garments, if the size is correct, in case you didn't know, that seam line should be at your shoulder. But sometimes they're designed to be dropped. This is like a grandpa type cardigan, so it's supposed to be a little slouchy and big. So I got to do the sleeves, the collar, and pockets. This has pockets, but this is the biggest portion of it, which I have done. Matches all my clothes I got on today. Maybe I'll get that done before the end of next week. I'm hoping to get that one done before the end of next week. So that, whoop, forgot to move my chair. Those are, focus on me. Okay, those are all my crochet whips. So, been making my way through those. Some of them it won't take too much to get finished, so I'm excited about that. But I'm trying really hard before I start any new projects to finish my whips, which is really hard because I want to start some new stuff. But I will try to do it. The other thing, wait, was there another? No, I already told you about the crochet along. I feel like there was something else. I don't know. I do want to do some more patterns this year. I don't know exactly. I would like to design a cardigan or something like that, but that's something that takes way more time. But I could do a blanket because that would be pretty easy. But I do plan on designing some more patterns this year. Excited about that. Oh, and I have decided that this will be the year of the sweater for me. So many sweater patterns I want to make. And I've decided that it's going to be what I focus on the most. Sweaters and cardigans. I already have the plans for a new one. I got one already in the works. I purchased some awesome sweater patterns from 11 Handmade. I got my computer right here, y'all. Let's see what it is. I'm gonna look it up. Yes, 11 Handmade. You haven't seen her sweater patterns. They're so cool looking. They're just so different than what you normally see. And I really want to make at least one of those this year. I don't know if I'll get any more, but we'll see how it goes. And also, let's see. I did stop the Darn Good Yarn Club, but that was just because I was collecting yarn and not doing anything with it. I have some plans for some of that yarn. There's a shawl pattern I picked off of Ravelry I want to make with it. But I'll talk about that when I get it started because I need to get some of this other stuff done first. So I'm excited about that. So I said before that I'm putting myself on a craft, any kind of craft, yarn, fabric, whatever it is, restriction until spring, which is in March. I did make a few purchases before the end of the year, before my band began. I had like $25 in gift cards from Darn Good Yarn, because every time you make a purchase, if you're in the rewards program, you get points, and you get points if you're part of the club too. You get like double points or extra points if you're in the club. So I decided to use those, and I bought, let's see, what did I get? They have Malabrigo yarn, Sark yarn and stuff, which I've never used, but I've heard people talk about. So I got me a skein of that. And of course I added the mystery item in, which I always do. And with shipping, I paid like $7 for everything, I think. Because, yeah, something like that. It was cheap. So that won't be here till next week. I also, and I'm going to blame this on Jane from Scraptastic Yarns. I was watching her episode, and she said she'd gotten a mystery bag from Premier Yarns, which I didn't know they had mystery bags. Of course, I had to go check that out, because I've been wanting to get something from Premier Yarns. I just haven't. So I had a $5 gift card from there, which I think you get when you sign up for their email or something like that. So I was able to use that towards it. But they had mystery bags, 6 skeins of yarn for $10. Yeah. They had it in DK, number 4, and number 5. So number 3, number 4, number 5. Got one of each. Yeah. But they won't be here till Monday. I may do a separate podcast just for that. I also had ordered some fat quarters from an Etsy shop specifically for bag making, but my order got canceled because it turns out they were out of stock before they could fill all the orders. So I was like, but oh well. Something else I've decided to do this year, because I did keep Mary Maxim Yarn Club and the Jimmy Beans Wool Crochet Club. I was looking, they have on Etsy, a lot of the indie dyers and small businesses have their own yarn clubs. And I don't have much hand-dyed yarn because it can be expensive. It's totally worth it. It's really nice yarn. I have the one that I got a while back from Sorella. So I decided I would try out, most of them you can sign up for just for the month, and they have themes or something. So I decided I'd try a different one each month of the year. And I'm gonna do a different post just for that. I'll show it probably in my podcast, but I'm gonna do, whenever one comes in, I'm gonna do a separate little video just for that. The first one I ordered from for January is from Clark and L on Etsy. Put it up here. They have a movie yarn club, which the genuine one is, you can't order it anymore, but their February one is available. Their February one is Return to Me, which I've never seen that movie, so I don't know what it's about. But, alright, sorry about that. My dog. There's somebody driving around outside. And he thinks he needs to let us know. I don't know. So anyway, the January yarn club was Princess Bride. The yarn will be dyed based on that movie. And that is one of my favorite movies, is Princess Bride. Yeah, that came out in the 80s. If you haven't seen it, you need to go check it out. That one and The Labyrinth and The Goonies. Those are like my top 3 movies. So I'm excited about that. I'm not sure exactly when that ships out. I can't remember. So that's what I'm going to do. So if you see a yarn club in Etsy that you are curious about, let me know and I'll put it on my list. I think I have figured out which one I want to do next month, but I got to look through them, because in the next week or so they'll be putting out their February ones. So yeah, I'm excited about that. And then, oh, I joined the beanie swap put on by, y'all, I don't remember what it is. That's terrible. Get up here. I'm glad I got my computer open. A Crafty Concept. Yeah, it's Ashley from A Crafty Concept. She did a beanie swap where you could sign up for it. You did pay a $5 fee on Etsy to sign up, but that's in case someone bails and doesn't send their beanie like they're supposed to. You can get a what she calls an angel beanie. But anything that's not you, she's donating to a charity. I don't remember which one, but I thought that was a nice way to do that. So I've already got my swap partner. We are both crocheters. You could pick. You told how you were going to do it, if you're going to do crochet or knit, and then if you wanted a crochet or knit hat. I just put either. It didn't matter. I know some people really wanted a knit if they crochet, but she has a Etsy shop and a Instagram page, which is Covered in Crochet. Yeah, Covered in Crochet. So you can go check her out. She is going to be my beanie swap partner, which I'm super excited about. We've been talking on Instagram to see what the other one likes. So I've got to get that made. They're supposed to be shipped out by the 14th. So I've got a little bit of time, but I haven't decided quite yet. I'm kind of thinking about what pattern I want to use and stuff. So we'll see how it goes. So that's something coming up. So that, I think that's all of my yarny goodness for today, which that was a big one. Let's see. As far as fabric, obsessed. No new fabric. Like I did sign up for the Tilla Lily Fat Quarter Club this year. I should have that by next week, so I'm excited about that. I get 5 fat quarters a month. I think it's what I signed up for. Sign-ups for that are closed now. You have to sign up the year before. So, and I also decided to sign up for the Darn Good Yarn Fabric Club, because I have a fabric club. They don't just have a yarn club. Fabric Club is $10 a month, $3.95 shipping, just like all the others. I decided to go ahead and sign up for that and see what that's all about. So I may do a separate video to review that as well, because I really do like Darn Good Yarn. I only canceled the yarn club because I don't always like the pattern. And you just get one skein. I feel like they could rework that a little bit to make it more. I do like collecting the interesting yarns, and it's a good purpose. I do love their message and their purpose in their business. I love that. So, and I will be working on, as I said previously, crochet hook bags, which I think could still be used for paintbrushes. You could use it for pencils and markers and stuff. So there will still be a maker type bag. I have an idea in my head. I just need to make one up and decide on a snap what I will put to close it. I may have to get some magnetic snaps before I can do those. And since now my sewing table is finally clear, can work on that quilt top I wanted to finish. Have them all back here. I will be working on my sewing journal similar to my crochet journal. I did zhuzh my fabric over in the corner a little bit. I had already went through that in the summer. So I have a box full of fabric though that I got to do something with. What else in fabric goodness? I don't think there's anything else for, not fabric goodness, fabric obsessed. I don't think there's anything else for that. DIY thrifty goodness. I haven't done any DIY projects other than reorganize my room and my space. So as I said, I did a tour of my craft space in my Facebook group. So if you want to see that, you can go over there and check that out. You can see some other crafty spaces too. Everybody's being brave and sharing their spaces, which is awesome. So if you need some encouragement and get to it for your, what is on my shirt? Oh, paint. To get in there and get things cleaned up, because I felt like that was a good challenge for January, to get things straightened up before you work on those UFOs, so you can clean out some things that just need to go, right? I've had to just, I'm like, look, this has been sitting there forever. It needs to get out of here. I'm getting that weird glow from my computer again. I'm just an alien today. That's all there is to it. So I do have some projects that, I don't know, this lighting in here is weird sometimes. I am looking forward to working on for the coming year as far as DIY projects. I have a big metal, and I've showed that on the blog a couple times, rack out there that was my husband's grandmother's, or it is my husband's grandmother's, and I'm supposed to be refinishing that for her. So that's a project I need to get to. It's been raining so much here, y'all, and my yard is so muddy I can't even attempt to do something like that. So I don't have like a shed or something or where I could go in there and do it. It's just dirt and grass. So that's something I need to do. I have a footstool over here in front of my thinking chair, which I redid in a blog post. It was kind of a sad redo though, because that thing is too hard. It needs some cushion and stuff. So that will be another makeover of a makeover coming up. I'm hoping to get in some thrift stores coming soon to plunder around, because I haven't gotten to do that in a while. What else as far as I had to pause because there was somebody knocking at my front door, which is a rare thing. We always use our back door. But it was the postman delivering a package, which I forgot about, which is crazy. It's nothing too exciting, but I signed up for stamps.com the other day because I've been mailing out more packages. Even though my Etsy packages I can print through Etsy, but my post office, y'all, I live 15 minutes from town, 15-20 minutes from town. If I'm not going to town, it's not just a run by the post office kind of thing if I don't have to go every day. Of course, when school's in, it'd be easier to do that. But anyway, they had the whole, I think you get 30 days free, and you could get the free scale if you paid $10 shipping. So I got the free scale, so that's what it was. This is pretty nice. I already have a scale, but since it was $25-30 and I just paid $10 to ship this, I went ahead and got it. And this one doesn't need a battery. Now this one plugs into your computer with the USB, so you can put your information directly into when you're printing your label. So that's pretty awesome. But I ordered, they're like little printable almost stamps, so if you're mailing something smaller you can put that on there instead of a whole label. So it came in a brown box, and inside the brown box was a priority mail shipping box, and inside that box was the box with the scale in it and a thing about mail, ship, relax, and then my postage stamp printable paper labels was on the outside of the priority mail shipping box. I'm like, really? I mean, that's ridiculous. But anywho, that's what came to the door. And I don't know if I'm going to keep it. It's like $17.99 a month after the first month. Depends on how much I actually use it. If I'll keep it or not. I'll probably keep it for 1 month and then see how it goes. So if that's something you had looked into, that's the scale you get. All right. Don't remember what I was talking about when I left off, but hopefully it wasn't, I didn't leave you on a cliffhanger, because I can't remember what I was talking about. And I need to end this so I can edit it. Plus I'm getting very hungry. It's time for some lunch. Past time for lunch. Yeah. So, if you really liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Think about subscribing. Lots of fun stuff to come in this coming year. Really check into signing up for my Teadoddles Makers group. Lots of fun stuff going on in there. And I've got more challenges coming for the months. The biggest challenge will be to get the UFOs done, but I felt like you could have little challenges for the month to work on getting yourself in that mode to finish those UFOs. All right. I think that's it for today. I'm going to let y'all go. This was way longer than I said it was going to be, but that'll be okay. I'll see y'all next time. Have a great week.